Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Now today's video is a very exciting one, and it's going to be a tutorial on this makeup look that I'm wearing right now. This is kind of like a clubbing night out party makeup look. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to call it yet, but this is also a really exciting video as it is a collab with one of my friends on YouTube called Shona. She was the winner of the collab away that we done a few months ago, and I'm sorry this video has taken so long to go up. We've been so busy and I ordered a pair of fake lashes and then it took about 2 weeks to come, and I didn't want to do it without them. So yeah, I'm really sorry that it took a while to put up, but I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Shona is absolutely lovely. The collab away was also with other few people on YouTube, and she's done collabs with them as well, so make sure you go and check her out. I will leave her video link down below and also her channel link down below, so please go and check her out. She is absolutely beautiful and she's such an amazing YouTuber, and all her videos are amazing. So if you'd like to see this video, then just keep watching. First off, I'm priming my face with the Benefit Professional Primer. I really like this primer as I find you do stay matte when you apply it, and it kind of minimises the appearance of your pores as well. So I'm mainly just focusing this in my T-zone because obviously I don't really need it over the whole of my face because I don't really have many pores there. And for the rest of my face to prime, I'm using the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm, as this has glycerin in it which really makes your makeup stick. So I'm just applying this in any other places that I didn't apply the last primer. So mainly just kind of my cheeks and my forehead. So now I'm using the Soap & Glory Kick-Ass Fake Awake Concealer. And I don't know, I've never used this before, so I don't know how well it works, but I'm kind of just putting it under my eyes, and then I'm going to pat it in or rub it in with my finger. And this is supposed to kind of cancel out dark circles, and I have really bad dark circles, so but it looks as though it's actually working quite well. I think the mistake some people make is that they rub these things in too much and kind of rub it away completely. Okay, I think that kind of did cover some of my dark circles at least. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Sculpt in the centre. So I'm starting off with the L'Oreal Infallible Sculpt, and I'm just putting this on the centre of my face. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I really don't like having like cake lines around my nose and in between my eyebrows. I find I get quite bad, like my skin just does not like a ton of foundation. The only place that it doesn't seem to mind it is these areas here, so that's why I'm going to be putting a heavier coverage of foundation here, and also I find that's kind of the first place your makeup comes off. So by having a heavier coverage foundation there, your foundation basically isn't going to go anywhere. And then using the Maybelline Dream Velvet in the kind of other areas of my face where I won't be applying the lighter foundation. This area here and here, and the sides of my forehead. And then blending that out. This is slightly lighter, but I don't think it'll matter too much. If it really shows up on my skin, I can always go over with the first foundation that I put down. But I think it'll be okay. And also the other thing is that the Dream Velvet foundation is matte, so I quite like these areas when they're matte, and then the centre of my face is going to be quite dewy, which I like. So now that I've got that on, I'm going to be using concealer, and this is the Healthy Mix Concealer, and I'm going to be using this for kind of coverage. And then I'm also going to be using the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, kind of just to brighten the overall area. So obviously, as this is a night look, it's going to be a bit more heavier coverage than my other looks. So if you're not one for a heavy coverage, then simply just don't apply so much product. In the day, I really hate a full coverage, but in the evening when I'm going out to like a party or something, I really love a full coverage kind of look. So it's all really personal preference. If you don't like that look, then simply don't apply as much product as I am. Then I'm just blending that in with my beauty blender. And I've got foundation in my hair, what the actual heck. And as you can see, I've now got a really flawless base to kind of work with. And surprisingly, of how many products I put on my face, it does not look cakey. And I think the main reason for this is just because I've used the beauty blender to kind of rub it in, because beauty blenders soak up any excess product that you don't need. So I'm going to be cream contouring with the Infallible Sculpt Contouring Kit by L'Oreal. On a night out, I really like contouring. I just think it kind of gives your face a lot more structure. In the day, I don't tend to do it just because it's quite time consuming and I don't want to wear too much makeup in the day. And then I'm just buffing that in with my contour brush from Real Techniques. And as you can see, that gives a really nice kind of light contour and it doesn't look too heavy on the skin. I also applied a little bit of product down my nose just because I do like to contour my nose slightly to make it appear thinner and kind of smaller. Next, I'm going to be baking my under eyes and anywhere that I place concealer with the NYX HD Studio Powder. Now, when I watched Jaclyn Hill's video all about like contouring and baking and all that stuff, and the reason why it's called baking is because you're kind of blocking your skin from breathing, which sounds quite bad, but obviously you're not doing it for long. And your skin basically can't let out heat, kind of like your body temperature heat, and so because it can't let out heat, it just gets hotter and hotter and it kind of like cooks your skin, which sounds awful, but obviously it's only a few degrees over what it should be normally, so it doesn't matter. But that is why a lot of people bake, because it is not going to move basically, and on a night out you don't want your makeup to move, and so that's why I think baking is the best way to go, because it makes sure your makeup is 100% sweat proof. So now I'm going to be bronzing with the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. I'm just going to leave this on my face to kind of bake as such. Just applying a little bit of bronzer to kind of bring the warmth back into my face. Brushing away that bakage, if you like. The reason why I put it under here is kind of to clean up my contour and also so that my makeup doesn't move, because I find that's kind of the first place that my makeup does tend to move. So next I'm going to be setting that contour with the Chisel Cheeks Contour Kit by Barry M. Using this shade here as the M because this is kind of the most cool toned shade in the palette. I'm just really lightly running this at kind of the bottom part of the contour. So now onto blush. I'm using the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Blush. I will leave all of the shade names linked down below. This blush is very pigmented, so you literally need the tiniest amount, but I just want it as a bit of a flush of colour. Now I'm going to move on to brows, and I do have a whole eyebrow routine, so I'll link it down below, as I'm just going to skip it out because I've got a whole video on it, so you may as well watch that if you really want to know what I do. So I just applied my cream and my powder highlight and I just realised it wasn't filming, but the products that I used were the Benefit High B, and then I set that with the MUA Undress Your Skin highlighter. So moving on to eyes, I've already kind of primed them with the concealer and the powder, so now I'm going to go on to eyeshadow. I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Flawless palette, but the only reason I'm using this palette is just because it has a nice range of matte and shimmery shades. Obviously you can use any single palette that you like, just try and get colours as most similar to the one I'm using if you want to recreate this look. So I'm first off starting with this shade here. It's kind of a very light brown, and the reason why I'm doing this is just because I'm going to build up the intensity of the smoky eye. After I've run that shade in the crease, I'm then going to be using this shade and then this shade to kind of slowly build up that colour. So as I said, just starting off with that first light brown shade and applying that into the crease and kind of the outer part of the eyelid. Now I'm going in with the next darkest shade and building up that smoky eye, and if it's looking a bit bitty you can always get a big fluffy brush and just blend them two shades together. Now going in with the darkest shade at the very bottom and applying this very lightly into the crease and the outer corner of the eye. I'm being very careful because I don't want to bring this shade in too far because I don't want to make my eyes appear smaller. So I've just gone ahead and done the other eye. Now I'm going to be taking the middle shade and applying this to the lower lash line. Obviously this is optional whether you want eyeshadow on the lower lash line, but I really feel it kind of brings the whole look together. Next, I'm using one of the Makeup Revolution foils, and this is absolutely gorgeous. Personally, I don't use it with the liquid, I just kind of apply it from that tub here. So this is what it looks like. It's a really nice kind of champagne gold. So if you've got any eyeshadow similar to this, then that will do. I personally like applying it on my finger and then kind of neatening it up with a brush. So now I'm just taking a flat top brush to kind of neaten it up a bit. Now that I've got that on the eyelid, I'm just taking the first fluffy brush that I used and helping to kind of blend the matte shades and the foil together. So this is totally optional, but I'm just going to apply a little bit of black in my crease just to kind of intensify the colour. Now I'm applying mascara. This is the Lash Sensational by Maybelline. I'm not applying too much just because I am going to go in with falsies. So for false lashes, I'm using the Ardell Natural Demi Wispies, and as you can see, I have used these before, but you can get quite a few uses out of them. I'm also going to be using the Ardell Lash Adhesive because I find this is kind of the best one for me. Managed to get a good clip of me applying them, which makes a change. Once I've got them on, I very lightly go along the lash line with the tweezers and kind of push my natural lashes in with the fake ones so that they don't look like two separate pairs of lashes. That went so well. Normally I'm so bad at applying fake lashes, but I left them for about a minute with the glue on before I put them on, and they're so much easier because you don't get lash glue everywhere. Normally I have lash glue all over my eyelid. There are a few bits that I may need to clean up, but that's fine. So now I'm just coating my bottom lashes with mascara, and I'm doing quite a thick layer because obviously my lashes on top may look a bit top heavy if they're not as thick as the bottom. That I've got the lashes on, it really allows me to see if I need to apply any more product, and I might just apply a little bit more of the brown eyeshadow in the crease, and then may go over the foiled eyeshadow on the eyelid because I did get a little bit of lash glue on it, but I'm just gonna kind of skip out that because you probably don't need to see that again. So to finish off the look, I'm applying this lip liner by Essence in the shade Wish Me a Rose. Liquid lipstick, I'm using this NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick. And that is the finished look. So that brings us to the end of the video. I absolutely love how this makeup look turned out. It's definitely going to be my go-to look from now on. I love how even though there's a lot of product on the skin, it still looks somewhat natural, and I love this smoky eye, especially with the foiled eyeshadow and the lashes. I think it really brings the look together, and you can't really go wrong with a nude lip, especially on a night out or a party. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up because it's great to see how many likes videos get, because it's really good for me for feedback so I can see what videos people like and videos that people don't tend to like. Also comment down below any other videos you'd like me to do in the future, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!